All right, all right, all right. Welcome to the Bank of America ROVAL 200 here on the IWM Broadcast Network. We're bringing it to you here in the iNRS Racing Series. Tonight, the last race in the round of 12. This is the only opportunity you've got to make a name to advance into the next round, the Elite Eight. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Rick Souza here in the booth with my co-broadcaster John DeRutris, and whether you love him or you hate him, this is a fun road course.
It is. It's a fun road course, and it will definitely challenge the best of the best. And looking right now at this current leaderboard, you have the best of the best up there. I mean, look at all those playoff drivers that are currently at the top of the scoreboard, the top of the timing charts, and it looks like we are going to have a spectacle for you tonight. Looking through really quick some of the drivers there, you see Jordan Wentzel at the top, Corey Bunch at the top. Let's talk about the playoffs, because we're in a cutoff race. Before we go into the round of 8, you have Jordan Booth has already advanced, so he's already ready to go, good to go, with Alex Forget plus 24 to the good, Corey Bunch in third, plus 20. Jordan Wentzel plus 16 in fourth. Eric Jeffers plus 11 in fifth. Vernon Broadbeck plus 6 in sixth. Tyler Lem plus 6th in seventh. Alex Murphy plus 4 in P8. And then it's really tight between 9th, 10th, and 11th with Simon Madgen minus 4 to the bad. Garrett Walden minus 4 to the bad. And Whitley minus 7 to the bad. And Ty Bostic, it's a win and you're in kind of situation for Ty. He has to go all out tonight. And that's your current point battle before we go into this next round.
Yeah, I've got to double check. I need to make sure I've got the right image up there. Bear with me. Did my best. Maybe I wasn't the best. Let me double check our stats here.
While that's going on, practice just ended. We are going to have a 10-minute qualifying session. 2 laps for these drivers out here.
There it is.
At the Roval.
All right, better numbers. But we've got lots to cover here. All kinds of things to cover in this event. Let's start with taking folks through point battles and playoff looks and drivers.
Yeah, for sure. So, like I mentioned before, Booth is battling up there, already advanced, so he's already there. But the last race before the cutoff is here, and so 14 points separates 5th through 11th. Kind of group those people together, and a lot's on the line for some high-profile drivers. 3 race winners sit below the cut line, and stage points will matter, track position will matter, and they will reign supreme tonight. And there's no fast repairs, so that means no mistakes can be made here at the Roval here in Charlotte. So looking at the top 3 in team standings, you have Full Throttle Motorsports at number 1 with Roadrunner number 2 and 40XLI number 3. Looking really quick also into the playoff outlook, instead of who's hot and who's not this week, we wanted to turn our attention to specifically the cut line. And the driver I mentioned before, Ty Bostic, like I said, is in a must-win situation tonight. He's going against Jordan Wentzel, who has yet to lose a road course this year. So it's a very tall mountain to climb for that Ty Bostic machine there in that team. And talking about another driver who's below the line, Michael Whitley, Garrett Walden, Simon Madgen. The hill isn't as big, but there are some heavy hitters above the cut line with Alex Murphy. He's always in contention at road courses. And barring a misstep, Eric Jeffers, Lem, and Broadbeck always find themselves somewhere around the top 10. So look for them to be there tonight. And tonight it's going to be the best cutoff race in iNRS history. Let me tell you that right now. 55 laps to determine who joins Mr. Booth in the round of 8. And Jordan Booth looks strong. Really quick, Rick, let's talk about who's been very good at this track and who's excelled at this track.
Well, I think that's simple. There's one name. I mean, really, it's Jordan Wentzel. It's his race to lose tonight. He has just been fabulous on the road courses. But then if he doesn't, we're looking for the desperation racer, Ty Bostic, trying to make it. But then if you look who have done well at other road courses, you get Alex Murphy, Corey Bunch, and Jordan Booth. They're going to be ready to pounce in there and backfill if there's a slip up with Wenzel.
Absolutely. So Wenzel will be a talk of the town. That's what the car that we're looking at right now. And if you're noticing a lot of pink, it is because it's the breast cancer awareness race for these drivers and for this iNRS series. So a lot of pink all over the track, all over the cars and the pit boxes, and all over the cars. So talking about switching topics over into something that's been really prevalent this season has been rivalries. So after a crash coming to the checkered flag, it doesn't seem to be any love lost between the 94 of Michael Whitley and the 10 of Vernon Broadbeck. With the 94 losing 7 points out to the wreck, the exact number he is sitting out of the playoffs, it leads us to believe that the 94 is not going to cut the 10 any space. So make sure to have the 94 and the 10 right there on your notepad so you can pay attention to how that racing is going to be, especially if they start out close to each other or side by side. And like we mentioned before, this is the cutoff for the round of 12, and the point battle is very, very, very tight. So we'll see what happens. Rick, let's really quick bring up some of the track facts for tonight to give everybody a full picture of what this race will look like here in the Bank of America ROVAL 200, the playoffs, the round of 12. It's going to be a fantastic race, I believe.
So keys to the race. Wait, do we actually do the keys? Well, you know what? I think the keys that we have for tonight are kind of, they may just be apropos. The number one, avoid the carnage.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to avoid the carnage because it will happen. Turn 1 is treacherous, as well as even the back stretch, the bus stop back there. That is going to be a tough little piece of track to conquer. Right there, in number 2, you have pit stop. So when are you actually going to come down pit road? Are you going to short pit to try to get at the front of the field at the end of stage 1, going into the final stage? So pit stops are going to be very important, as well as race strategy. So that ties into everything going on with the pit stops, with your point battle. And if you're trying to get points, you definitely want to finish up there at the end of stage 1, but you're sacrificing track position in stage 2. But it is a longer stage. It's about 35 laps, probably going to be closer to 33 laps once we cycle through pit stops and the caution flag and all that fun stuff. So a lot on the line tonight, Rick. A lot on the line for these playoff drivers.
Yep. Again, avoid the carnage, pit stops, and race strategy. All right, so track facts. Let's just see what we've got here. 1 second. Let's move over here. Race info.
Alrighty, so 55 laps in tonight's Bank of America ROVAL 200, presented by the iNASCAR Racing Series. Stage break, like we said before, lap 18, and no quick repairs, which means this is the only car you got. And there's going to be 5 sets of tires, 60% fuel, and 3 green-white checker restarts. Track temp of about 125, so it's a hot one for these guys here tonight at the ROVAL. And really quick, just to calculate what I'm estimating for fuel, somewhere around 25 to 27 laps. That is what my calculations are saying right now. So we'll see when these drivers come down pit road. I mean, they definitely can make it out of stage 1, so we'll see.
All right. Looking back on track to see who is still qualifying. I think Vince Burns is still working his way around, as well as Tyler Lem.
And right now we have a lot of playoff drivers up there currently in the top of the points, or top of the leaderboard. You can see it running across the top of your screen right now. Roughly about 2.5 minutes left to go in qualifying. And Rick, who else? Who else would be at the top of the board right now? Mr. Jordan Wenzel with a great qualifying lap, about half a second faster, than the rest of the field.
Yeah, I think that's the last driver to get a time in. That's Vince Burns knocking out his qualifying effort. But yeah, Jordan Wetzel puts up a smoking time, nearly half a second faster than Alex Murphy, and then the rest kind of falls in line. I mean, Alex Murphy is 3/10 faster than Jordan Booth, and then there just kind of trails off. So, you do have, which is pretty amazing, 1 through 9 solid playoff drivers all up there in front.
Yep, this is a race where you have to perform well in. You're going to see the stars come out tonight for sure.
Let's just make an adjustment to see if that's all where our playoff drivers have wound up. Yep, that's what I thought. There is Garrett Walden, who has not qualified, who is a playoff driver.
Interesting strategy there. Don't know if that's on purpose. I can't imagine it is.
Just admiring the side of Vince Burns' car right here before we.
Sometimes you don't even need a number.
That's right.
It's the pink mobile tonight for Vince Burns. And that's what's really cool about this race, and also these paint schemes, is the drivers can express their creativity and find the best paint schemes. Rick, we have a lot of BCA related cars, which is awesome to see. The whole field almost is some form of pink on their cars. We're waiting for iRacing to release the update to where you can change your window net color to pink, because that would be pretty cool to see, custom window net colors. But either way, great to see the support there during the month of October. And really quick, while we're talking about the cool things at this track and things that are changing and kind of going into this race a little bit, you notice right there where the spinning Charlotte sign is. This is the old configuration of the Roval. So this is not the new configuration that you're going to see on Sunday afternoon with the Cup Series and with the Xfinity Series. This is going to be the old Roval. So it's not going to be a little bit of straightaway between turn 5 and 6. There's not going to be a hairpin corner in turn 7 and 8. So turn 7 specifically. So it's going to be a much different track in those areas, as well as turn 17, which is the final corner, turn 17, 18, 16, 17, 18, those last three sequences there. You're not going to see the same kind of track. So there it is. There's a track map. So you see go into turn 1, turn 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 has been moved all the way down almost into turn 1, and then they make a hard right-hand corner and go into turn 7, which is going back up into turn 1 and turn 2. And followed by looking at the bottom left-hand of the track map, you see the final two corners there. It's going to be it's odd. It's almost like I don't even know. It's almost like they made it's not as angled. It's almost like vertical, up, straight, and down is the new track configuration that you'll see on Sunday.
Yeah,
that last turn before the start finish line.
I'm actually looking for a way to show it, since we do have a minute or two here.
Yeah, we got about 4 minutes left until warm-up is over, so
let's turn off that, and there we go.
Yeah, there it is. So looking at that configuration, turn 5 to 6 is the new straightaway, and it goes right down into that hairpin, which, let me tell you, is going to be carnage on Sunday. And then going into technically turn 15, 16, and 17, it literally looks like, Rick, I don't even know. They made it
a 90. That's a 90 to a 90.
Yeah, it's going to be wild, because those cars coming out of turn 12 off the backstretch, you're going down into turn 15. I mean, what, 150?
Yeah,
160?
Yeah.
You're going to have to woe it down. I mean, you're going to have to start woeing it down to the start of pit road. I mean, it's going to be heavy on the braking for sure. So really cool to see that graphic, and that's what we'll hopefully see the next time we go to the Roval here on iRacing, when they rescan the track, hopefully with a new configuration.
All right, just a few minutes left, and we'll jump over to the start of this race. We'll bring you the actual final grid once we can get that figured out. But in the meantime, we're letting our cameras bring to you what the track looks like on a pretty day here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Absolutely.
The fun thing
Rick,
is,
I
if
got
you're, I was gonna say, the fun thing is if you're from this area or you ever visit, that during the Christmas holidays, the Charlotte Motor Speedway opens up they spend millions of dollars and they light up with concession stands and stuff for the kids, and they light up the track with music and lights that you drive through, and you drive through the roval on the actual banking of the track itself. And it's like a 3 hour odyssey.
wow.
Maybe an hour to get through the lines to get into it, and then maybe a solid 2.5 hours to get through everything inside.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Because I've done one of those Nashville Super or the fairgrounds actually does that, and it is amazing. I mean, you go through the same tunnel that Earnhardt and Petty went through, and then you go on the track and go to the infield, driving in your car, syncing up with Christmas music. I can't imagine doing that at a track at the size of Charlotte. I mean, that is just impressive. So may have to make a run up there during the Christmas season to see what it's like, because that sounds like a blast.
Yeah.
It's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Check it out. We'll meet you there and we'll do it.
There we go. IWM meetup in Charlotte for the Christmas drive-through. Yeah, we gotta make sure we don't actually make maybe a different turn and go on the actual surface of the track, because do they fill the whole track, even the banking, or are there some parts of the track that aren't utilized?
I think 90% of the track is utilized.
So you're telling me you can't run a lap if you wanted to?
No,
so we couldn't
cannot.
pull out.
Well, you can maybe at 3 miles per hour, because you are in a dead crawl over all this. But I will tell you, I was telling another one of the IWM guys that I have a very particular German car who she did not like the banking of the track, and to the point where she threw all these codes and said something's wrong, something bad is happening. Oil levels are all messed up, so it was crazy. But had to take it to a little German mechanic, and he figured it out, and just had to reset all the 25 computers in it. And,
oh gosh, I can imagine.
Yeah, crazy. But hey, looks like we're gridding up here. Let's go ahead and oh, that was weird. There we are. Okay, let's see if we got the grid. We got a grid.
There it is. Alrighty, so here is the Bank of America ROVAL 200 starting lineup presented by the iNASCAR Racing Series. This is the iNASCAR Racing Series on the IWM Broadcast Network. Jordan Winsel on pole, with Alex Murphy starting there in second place. In third is Jordan Booth, already locked in to the next round, with Corey Bunch starting in P4. Simon Madgen starting in fifth, with Michael Whitley Jr., a great qualifying run up to sixth. Alex Forget-Ruby starting in seventh, with Tyler Lem starting in eighth. Ty Bostic needing a great run starting in P9, and rounding out your top 10 is Martin Pinnell.
Vernon Broadbeck is in 11th. Corey Ennis is in 12th. Martin Giroux is in 13th. Matt Perricini in 14th. Eric Jeffers in 15th. Nick Alves in 16th. Tony Japs in 17th. Ron Fitting in 18th. Eddie Musso Jr. in 19th. And Jacob Musso in 20th.
In 21st, Austin Walton, with Matthew Robinson starting in 22nd. Starting in the 23rd position is Joe Musso, with the 79 machine of Scott Thomas starting in 24th. In 25th, you have Vince Burns with Garrett Walden starting in 26th, and Clark Franz starting at the back of the field in 27th.
That, I believe, is our field. I believe Vince Burns is, right now, he is starting from the pits. We'll see how that all plays out.
But well, Rick, let me tell you, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it is. And, some people are really good at oval racing and super excellent at at other layouts, but road courses, that's a skill.
It's a skill, and here we go. Field dives down into the last couple turns. Green flag in the air for the Bank of America ROVAL 200.
And we're going to do our best to separate by numbers all these pink cars.
Oh, we got a car spinning in the back. I believe that was Corey Ennis, or in the 94, Michael Whitley there. A little sideways, trying to keep track of all this action going on. See the 24 go sideways, that Matt Perusini right there, going off track. That pink Krispy Kreme donut. Man, that sounds great right now.
You can get those at the store.
Yeah, well, Rick, that might be a tomorrow morning project.
Yep, hot now.
For sure. Exactly. All right, here we go into the long back straightaway going into turn 11 for the first time tonight. The bus stop on the back stretch of the Charlotte Motor Speedway. See the driver going a little wide there, trying to get around here, and that's where you're going to see some chaos ensue.
A little spinning in the back, jumping back here.
Martin Pinnell, Martin Giroux, Eric Jeffers sideways.
A lot of drama. So that's something to consider. There are not any cautions really here. Maybe localized cautions in the turns, but you just got to get your car pointed in the right direction and get back on the gas.
Yeah, and that's what's going to be the issue here tonight, is trying to woe your car down to make sure you don't run into the guy behind you, or you're not flying into a wall. So already some trouble for some playoff drivers. We do have a stage break at lap 18, so that will help some of these drivers right now, but either way.
So yeah, Martin Pinnell was involved, Martin Giroux was involved, Eric Jeffers. So
I think Garrett Walden just went off track. And right now you have cars all over this 2.24 mile road course and oval. Looks like a snake, especially when they go through the turns 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Looks like a long snake. There's the 41 coming out of the last third of last corner there. 16, 17, and now back on the straight. Here we go. Let's ride around really quick with the 30 of Alex Murphy.
All right, this is Jordan.
Or this is Jordan Booth. Jordan Booth, excuse me.
I don't know what just happened there.
I think he blinked.
Let's stay with Alex Murphy here.
All right, so right now he is in turn 5. He's going to make a hard right-hand corner, try to get as close as he can to the wall in turn 6. Going to come back downhill. He's going downhill now, back up in turn 7. And you're going to try to get as close to this inside wall as you can to get as straight of a line off of turn 8 as you can. They are technically in turn 9 right now. Turn 10, 160 miles an hour.
What?
Brakes, yep. Turn 11 and 12. Back up through the gears. Through the ovals 3 and 4, but turn 13 and 14. Turn 15, turn 16, and turn 17 in the 17 corner road course.
Super easy to get bit.
It really is flow. I mean, this track, especially in this section, the 3 through 6, it's a lot of flow of where your car is going to go. You can't let it step out sideways. Looks like we had an incident, I believe. There's a 22 of Ty Bostic. Oh, he got turned. He was checking up, and the car behind him did not see it, and he had nowhere to go. Trouble for the 22 who needs to win here.
Just losing position after position, trying to get around.
Yeah, he's got to go. I mean,
but that's just he's at sportsmanship to try and save it, but sometimes you just need to put your foot in the floor and go.
We have a side-by-side battle now on the backstretch going through the bus stop. You're about to see it with the 30.
Hang on. Jordan Wenzel may have gone off track or crashed.
Who was that? I don't know who that was. That pink car. They're all pink. Oh, yeah, this is the battle I was referring to.
Yeah, they were held up because of that incident, and that allowed everybody to check up. And
yeah, so to the point is Jordan Booth is your leader by about 0.6 of a second over Jordan Wenzel.
Showing Clark Franz may have crashed or spun.
Looks like he's back up and going on the front stretch. But to the point, Jordan Booth, the Jordan and Jordan show continuing here. And Jordan Booth is already locked in. So if he wins again, somebody's getting in on points. That shouldn't be getting in on points if they're a playoff driver. If another playoff driver wins, you know what I mean? So if he wins, it actually could help out some of those guys in the back end of the points.
Absolutely. We're asking for some bigger, some wider shots here. We can try and get some wider shots.
41 missed turn 16 right there. Went pretty wide. As you see that 81 starting to close in on the back doorstep. Going through turn 4 right now, that 81 is there. 41's not going to give it up though.
Yeah, he's definitely blinking. That's Jordan Booth's having some connection issues.
Yeah, that's not good.
So that's the widest shot we can give you. Just that's from an aerial platform, aerial position. Let's see what a chopper shot from behind. Not even going to comment on the hood paint on top of the 81.
Looks like we have Corey Ennis has been on pit road for the last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, he crashed. Go back and see what we can see from.
Oh, spun out of the pits. Ooh, 81 has an opportunity right here. That 41 blue turn 12.
Garrett Walden
81.
is definitely struggling here.
For sure. Oh, locked it up. A little bit of contact there in that Valvoline number 43. Oh, then decides just loops it around. Does a little donut.
Back in the grass. And towed into the pits.
We have a pass for the lead going on right now between the 81 and the 41. Side by side going through turn 5 and 6. This is a tight battle. Hard to go too wide through here. Going to be tough for the outside car. Oh, the blinking is still there for the 41. That is an issue, being the leader.
And, that's super hard for the 81. Like, where'd he go?
Yep. The 3 also just ran into the turn 1 wall just a second ago. We had a fierce battle going on now between the 41 and the 81, still side by side. 81 takes the advantage. 41 will have the preferred line coming out of turn 13 or turn 12. Can't get the grip down, so back to the lead is the 81 of Jordan Winsel.
As you can see from the graphic in the upper right-hand corner, there are lots of cars spread out all over this track. Eventually, that will pose a challenge for the leaders.
Right now what I'm noticing is that these lap times have fallen off a good 2 seconds, Rick, already 9 laps into this race.
Oh, yeah. Change that, just bring up the top 20 drivers. Clark France did a pretty good job. He's sitting 20th, but he's turning in some good times.
Yeah, I mean, looking right there, I agree with you on that perspective. Kind of looking through the field, you have the drivers all running faster laps now. The leaders just ran a 122.4, 122.6, about a second off the lead, and sometimes it's all it takes is, one lap from the other. A second different. 15 slides right through, goes over to the Turtles and turn 11 and 12.
And you can tear up your car by doing that.
Yes, you can.
Got the 28 of Joe Musso on his tail. Ty Bostic is in front of him, but hasn't quite caught him yet.
And Ty Bostic needs a win. He has to win to get in.
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Bostic is right now in 20th, and so he needs a much better performance here. This is lap 11, coming up to lap 18 for our stage break.
And right now, I think, you're going to be down on points. I would come down pit road with the leaders, right before the caution comes out when they close pit road, because you'll be at the cycle with the leaders. And I mean, a lot of drivers may be trying to get points, so yeah, you'll sacrifice a little bit, and he's 48 seconds back, so it's going to have to be a quick stop. for that car and for that team. So kind of a decision needs to be made about what he plans to do strategy-wise, because Jordan Winsel, Jordan Booth, and Jordan Booth is locked in. But if you have some of the drivers in that top 5 who are only 7 seconds behind the leader stay out and try to get stage points, he might be a lap down once that caution flag flies for the stage, and you don't want that at all. So we'll see how this plays out for the 22, but if it were me, I would come down with the leaders for sure.
Absolutely agree. All right, back up front, Jordan Wenzel continues to lead. Bring up gap information.
And one interesting thing about this track and running it before, I love how you can use the brakes to actually make the car turn. Especially when you're going through turn 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. It's very, very helpful to get that car to rotate by, using the brakes, and you'll see a lot of those drivers try to do that tonight.
If you're looking at our tower detail or the crawl across the top and you're like, geez, there's drivers who are in blue and in red and in yellow, just a quick bit of information. Those in red are our playoff drivers. The lone driver who's currently in yellow or gold, that is Jordan Booth. He has already punched his ticket into the round of 8, the Elite 8. And the rest of the drivers are hoping to make their way in there. And unfortunately, we will lose 4 through this next round. Jumping on back to Simon Magin. Currently sitting in 3rd. He is hunting down that 41 who continues to blink. This will be a good battle right now on the track with the 46 chasing down the 41.
And like we mentioned before, Jordan Booth already locked in. But he can win, spoil the party a little bit.
Simon hails from Canada. Don't know what province that hometown is in, but number of Canadian drivers in this league. We've got 6 in tonight's event. Alex Murphy, right there. Currently in 4th, you've got Alex Forget-Berube, currently in 8th place. Matt Perricini is in 9th.
Oh, car spinning. Not sure who that was, but there's a car sideways right in front of the 24, I believe. That was the 19? No, I don't know who it was.
Could have been, we were just talking about Alex Forget-Berube, and I think he just fell down, but no, he's still there.
Not so sure.
Let's see Scott Thomas do something. Let's... Just slightly off track into the grass. 18 goes around.
Yep. Oh, and I think made contact too. Not sure who that was with.
Martin Giroux also hails from Canada. He is currently shown in 16th. And our last Canadian driver is Martin Pinnell. Towards the back part of the lead lap.
So we just hit lap 16, and that means it's just about 2 laps to go before stage break at the end of lap 18. So will we see some drivers come down pit road? Martin Pinnell has already been in. That was a 32-second stop. It was like Vince Burns was in with a 55-second stop. So definitely not typical pit stop. So we'll see if anybody decides to come down and flip this stage to put them in a position to maybe win the race.
Yep.
They would have to come in this time, though. It's like Ty Bostic. Ty Bostic, I think, has been listening to what we've been saying. Ricky is on pit road. Now, what I am going to be watching, I'm going to be watching the leader. The leader right now is coming out of turn 14, now into 15 and 16. He's going to have to get a little bit of a move on. This 22 is.
Oh, he's doing all 4 tires and fuel. He's got to get moving.
Yeah, he's going to be a lap down.
He is. 18's about to hit that start-finish mark right.
He's already passed it. He's in turn 4 or turn 3 and 4 right now.
Yeah. Well, that hurt. Lost a lot of places coming out.
Yep.
All right, back up front, Jordan Wenzel again. Lap 18 is our stage break. And it should be at the end of lap 18, so. He's just cruising.
Yeah, he's out there on a Sunday drive. Well, a Thursday night drive. Either way, he's out there just cruising along.
Yeah, just taking it easy. Really, if you've got that skill, if you're really good at the road course, smooth and steady, that's what wins these races. Not making any mistakes, because you'll be able to capitalize on those who don't.
All right, lap 18 is here, and at the end of this lap, we are going to be at the end of the stage. Jordan Wenzel.
Easily and handily.
Yeah, he's just out there. Jordan Wenzel will come to the end of this stage and win stage 1, and there is the caution.
I expect we will see the entire field make their way out to pit road.
Absolutely.
So basically, the way that finished, number 10, the top 7, all got stage points. 9, so almost all of the top 10 were playoff drivers, with the exception of Matt Perusini and Matt Robinson.
Wow, that's impressive. Currently trying to figure out where the pace car is at, because I don't see it.
Yeah, we still seem to be racing full tilt.
Pace car has not. Oh, yep, the pace car is out. Oh, there it is. So Jordan Winston needs to slow down, let the pace car by, I imagine. There's the Porsche pace car.
Let the rest of the field catch up.
There's the field trying to get their way back up to the pace car, and right now Vince Burns, Ty Bostic will be the first cars in this lead pack. So this could work out for Ty Bostic from a track position perspective. Yeah,
I mean, now he sits back in 19th and 20th back there.
So I mean, he's, as long as, I think this is the issue too, is with the scoring, pitting under caution, will you lose the same amount of track position as if you were racing under normal conditions, because you're going much slower? So that's the question.
And a third of the field is still trying to catch up to the lead pack.
Yeah. Ty Bostic is still pretty far back, which is not going to help his cause. Ty Bostic right now is, actually, he's coming through.
Yeah, I think he's caught up. Back, what's dragging
No,
back
he's not. He'll have the wave around. That's the issue. Because, well, no, there's no way. He's showing to me up in the lead pack.
Yeah, he is definitely still in the lead pack. He's not a lap down, but he's at the tail end.
Yeah, he got the wrong end of the stick there. Yep, he is a lap down. Oh, well. Going through the grass.
Did he not? I think he missed the entrance.
Of what do you mean?
I don't think he was a lap down. He was still showing. He is still showing that he is on the lead lap.
I think he just got the wave.
Okay. We'll figure it out. But what we do know is that we have got everybody on pit road.
And Jordan Wenzel wins the race out of pit road.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, folks, while this all gets settled up here, and we'll be right back. We'll probably run it as a side-by-side commercial, so you won't miss anything. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Our mission at Coastal Financial is to provide comprehensive financial planning solutions tailored to each individual's unique needs and goals, with the aim of empowering our clients to make informed financial decisions and achieve their financial potential. Our focus is providing the highest level of service to our clients including successful business owners, professionals, and non-profit organizations. Our commitment is to helping you improve your financial position, reach your financial goals, and safeguard your family and business. Our goal is to provide you with the resources and guidance necessary to accomplish these objectives. Our process utilizes a thorough and exclusive financial analysis, efficient implementation of recommendations, and continual reevaluation of fluctuating dynamics. You can find us at coastalfinancial.com or on Facebook at Coastal Financial.
All right, welcome back to the IWM broadcast of the iNRS Racing Series. We are at the ROVAL here, the last race in the round of 12. Lap 21 is in the books. We are finishing up our competition caution, our end of our stage break. And then we'll be going back to finish this up. Right now the pace car is on track. Jordan Wenzel is your leader. Not exactly sure when this will be started. We're still, I'm guessing right about now when we cross the start finish line, the lights will go off on top of our Porsche pace car, and next time by we will be green.
I believe you'd be correct. Yep. Lights are off, and we're going to go green this time.
So this is one of those harrowing moments, in my opinion. These restarts with this many cars going through that little, is it a chicane? I mean, that little collection of tight turns just before the start finish line.
Yeah, it's a chicane for sure, and it's going to be chaos. It's going to be chaos, especially going into turn 1, blowing these cars down, trying to brake. Looking at the 81 car right there, he is your leader with Simon Madgen in P2, Alex Murphy in 3rd with Jordan Booth up there in 4th. Corey Bunch 5th, Michael Whitley Jr. 6th, Broadbeck, Japs, Giroux, and Berube round out your top 10.
Looks like Jordan Booth is still struggling with a connection issue. But hey, we're one to talk. We ever since the that rash of storms and hurricanes have come through, our service has just been spotty. We're hoping for that to get cleared up soon enough. Justice Murphy commented that they're looking for get some live shots of the 13. That she said, "I'm a huge fan of 13. We'll do our best."
Alrighty. Yeah, the 13 car currently sitting back there in P13.
Jordan's got all kinds of slogans over that car.
Well,
not what we can mention in mixed company, but you know, it's expression.
it is. It is for sure. As we see Porsche pace car making its way back down pit road, we are about to be green flag racing here again at the Charlotte ROVAL, and we're gonna go caution free because there are no cautions here. Green flag back in the air. As you see, the 40 and the 41 of the 81 have a great restart. And they might be side by side coming out of turn 1.
Good battles come back. Cars certainly around.
Oh, they're wrecking in the back.
Jay Berube, big wrecks.
That's
here.
the one involved, the 19 involved.
But again,
that's also the 79.
There are no cautions. You need to get your act in gear and get moving.
Yes, you do.
Cars everywhere. That's the 50 turned around. That's Martin Giroux.
Yeah, 50's turned around. Got a battle forming up near the front, side by side now for potentially the lead going into turn 11. That is the 81 of the 41.
41's underneath. It takes over the lead.
But blinks away again. Heavy braking zone, 41 back to the point.
So Alex Murphy really attacked those turtles and frankly almost upset his car completely.
That's correct.
So where'd he go? I think that little last blink really upset him so much he was out of position. And that allowed the 81 to come around.
Yeah, it did. And that's tough when you're racing, you know, against a driver who is having connection issues. Definitely can be troublesome for everybody involved, the driver who has connection issues and the competitors.
Shot of that 13 Coastal Financial car by Nick Alex from New Bedford, Mass.
Yep, all the way up to P10.
Funny, as a college student, I used to work in New Bedford, Massachusetts.
Oh wow!
It's a seaport right on the coast of Massachusetts. Next to Fall River. A lot of fishermen bring their catch into New Bedford. Also, there's some mills there where product is made. So yeah, it's a good classic New England town. Great people, great Portuguese traditions and families.
Right in front of him, 24 hit the inside wall there and turn 7. Going to give the opportunity to the 13 to come over and do a crossover right here. It's going to happen. Here comes the 13 to the inside of the 24 going into turn 9.
Great.
13 will have position, still has position. The 24 will get a side draft off. The 13 backs off though. 13 now woes it down, a little heavy into those corners, but able to make the pass. 24 goes wide. 13 up to P9.
Just such great driving. Those guys did the best they could. They were respectful of each other, gave each other a little bit of space when they could. Good racing. All right, back up front, Jordan Booth continues to struggle with connection issues. We're looking at Simon Magic behind him. Alex Murphy is right there as well. Martin Giroux is not having the greatest of success today. He's crashed and he's limping along. Trying to get back up to speed. Michael Whitley is up to 5th.
Yeah, great run for him.
Yeah.
Exactly what he needs.
On board from the 94 Krispy Kreme car of Michael Whitley as he works his way through one more challenging. It will be even more challenging once they get this reconfigured.
Oh yeah. Side by side now, this the 41 and that is the 46 were side by side. And you see 3 cars in a row, and the 41 disappears again. You know who ran their fastest lap of the race that last time by was the 24 Matt Piracini. So, and same thing with Alex Forget-Berube there, running their fastest laps of the race.
It's pretty amazing.
The battle is now on between the 94 and the 30. They're right there.
Just a car length or 2 separates these two, and you know, with these corners coming up, you hold back a little bit, you can close that gap so quickly.
Yeah, 94 went a little wide. He won't have it here. He's going to lose many car lengths.
Best to watch the different battles on the track and kind of bring you where these positional opportunities are back and forth. We're not going to be able to bring you everything, but we'll do our best. We just passed the halfway point here at the Bank of America ROVAL 200 in the iNRS Racing Series. Lots of good battles on track, great racing. Jordan Wenzel continues to lead. Jordan Booth is in second. Simon Matchin in third. Alex Murphy in fourth. Michael Whitley Jr. is in fifth.
Oh, definitely a little contact there.
Yep, Scott Thomas in the 78 was there. Now they wound up being
3 wide.
Yeah, with the 10.
Yeah, 3 wide at the Roval. I definitely don't recommend that one. Oh.
10 is Vernon Rodbeck. And I thought was that what we should be looking for between those two drivers? The 10 and the 94.
Yeah, there it is.
Up front watching the 46 of Simon Madgen, see if he can close that gap between himself and the 41 of Jordan Booth to take over that position. Now from a fuel mileage perspective, these guys pitted last on on lap 20. I'm assuming that based on your earlier calculations, is that enough?
It's going to be close. I was expecting anywhere, looking at my numbers, about 27 laps on a tank, maybe 26 or 25. So
they need to come down one more time, and if it's under green, that's really going to shake this one.
yes, it will. They'll definitely have to come down one more time for sure.
Should be looking for that somewhere around 43.
Yes.
All right, look a bit farther back in the field, the 77 of Corey Bunch. Corey is currently running in 7th. He's chasing after that 94 of Michael Whitley Jr. There with this Roval and our cameras, we're getting some great shots of these paint schemes.
Oh, we're getting an awesome array of what's being shown here tonight. Definitely the breast cancer awareness in full swing here on all the cars. See the 77 there, the Benjamin Moore machine. Black with pink accents. See the one right there with an all pink scheme.
Yep, that's Matt Robinson. Let's jump down to Matt Bersini. Matt's currently showing in 9th. Got some very reflective paint scheme going on there.
Gotta love it.
Telling Matt is Tony Japs in the 42. It's the Black Rifle version of a breast cancer awareness paint scheme. Tyler Lem in the 99 right there, and then Ty Bostic up to 12th. Some wreckage happening with Alex Berger Ruby. When you go back and look at that,
Yeah, I don't know what just happened. He just popped in the pits. Not really sure why. Yeah, hard hit there. Knocked the toe out of it. Oh. Oh, no. Right in front of the 79.
yep, and I think he's gone.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's in the pits.
All right,
It almost looked like it's his steering went out the way that car went forward.
Many
But-
good turn.
Yeah.
You got that almost, I guess, bright purple car of Jacob Musso.
Yep. Sitting there in P14.
The 28 of Joe Musso, not far behind. Further out, that is the one of Matthew Robinson. Just trying to give everybody a chance to get on camera, showcase their driving skills and paints. I think Ron, Vinny may have missed the breast cancer awareness month.
That is a good looking 3-car though. But yeah, I would say so myself. See those brake rotors on the left front, extremely red and orange because of the brake load that these NASCAR Cup cars face. These iNRS Cup cars, that is.
Simon Madsen has taken over second. Worked his way around Jordan Booth.
He is a mere 10.6 seconds back, though, from Jordan Winsel, who's in another zip code right now.
Yeah,
So
just a smidge. That's just what happened to Alex Berger-Berube. Let's go back, and I thought we saw that already once. Let's try to bring it back up. Definitely contact with the wall there, and then no steering.
wow.
Unfortunately, the 79 of Scott Thomas gets collected with right into the side of the 19. All right, 21 laps to go. Thanks for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the iNRS Racing Series of the Bank of America ROVAL 200. Just about 21 laps left. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll go side by side so you don't miss anything. Right back.
HDI provides commercial smart security systems, audio-visual solutions, TV mounting and installation, access control, and surveillance systems. In addition, our networking division can provide business networking and Wi-Fi solutions. All these systems can be remotely managed through our ACE HTI applications and cloud-based solutions. Running a business these days is a tough and demanding job. Let the folks at ACE HTI ensure that your place of business is safe for your workers and your company assets. ACE HTI can offer you integrated burglar alarm systems, access control and health, and wellness systems to ensure the safety of your employees and visitors. If you are looking to modernize or purchase a new fire alarm system, look no further than ACE HTI. We can offer you the latest state-of-the-art solutions to keep watch over your business. Does your surveillance system need a refresh? ACE HTI can install the latest 4K surveillance cameras with custom analytics and AI to help you understand what's happening in and around your business. Are you a restaurant or hospitality venue? Does your facility host sporting events? Reach out to ACE HTI for the latest in video displays and audio systems to enhance and define your place of business. ACE HTI service area includes both North and South Carolina. Reach out to us today at 336-941-3171 or via email at info@ace-hti.com.
All right, we're back, and we're taking a look at a few battles around the track, and certainly we're seeing Tony Japs in the 42 battling for position with Nick Alves in the 13. That's a battle for 8th between these two drivers.
And that 13 has been making his way through the field, so we'll see how he fares. Right behind them, you have Ty Bostic, P10, Rick, P10. Right. But with no cautions and 35 seconds off the lead, he's going to have to be saying a lot of prayers right now because there's no way that all those drivers up there are going to make a mistake. So it would have to be calamity corner. It'd have to be the craziest turn of events you'd ever seen in a race. And Ty Bostic is in pit road right now, going to make his last stop of the race. As we speak, on cue. Could this help him a little bit?
Could. We've always been proponents of if you're coming up to a scheduled stop, get there, go at the beginning.
For sure. So he was 35 seconds behind the leader when he came down pit road. Once things cycle through, we'll give you the update on how far back he is. But right now, he's way in the back.
Yep. At just over 1:09 seconds, he is very close to a chance of getting lapped by Jordan Wenzel, but there is a chance. He's got fresh tires and fuel. He's ready to go. We're seeing other drivers on pit road: Jordan Booth, Vernon Broadbeck, Matthew Robinson, Matt Versini.
Takes about 34 seconds to get through. If that math is right, might be a little bit less.
Yeah,
on and off pit road.
I'm seeing that's closer to 40 seconds. I mean, it can
40?
be done faster, but if you get a full 4-tire stop, fuel, you're at 45 seconds. If you're
45 seconds.
If you're still like right side fuel, about 40 seconds.
Gotcha.
Watching your leader, Jordan Wenzel, continue. Expecting him down pit road. Really, anytime.
Yeah, about lap. I mean, really, yeah, any time. Because with 17 laps to go, we're on lap 38. So he could go another 10 if he wanted to.
Well, if he maintains, I mean, his best lap was 1:21.19. That last was 1:22.21. So just over a 1 second fall off on a road course. That's nothing.
No. Where his last lap, Rick is faster than most. No, his last lap was faster than every other single driver in the field's fastest lap except for one. If that tells you how good Jordan Wenzel is.
Including those drivers that pitted in lap 37, 36, who now have fresher tires.
Yeah, he is flying out there.
At the leaderboard, we probably want to jump back to Tony Japs. He's gotten himself around Nick Alves and now is in up to 8th. Nick Alves is now on pit road.
Oh,
he's going to get a penalty for that. So
yes, he will.
To cut that corner, and unfortunately, that is not an acceptable way to get around. So they have a time penalty to deal with. To the 10 of Vernon Broadbeck, he is chasing down the 15 of Clark Franz. A really big story is Clark Franz. He started 27th. He's now up to 10th.
Wow.
He's the biggest mover of the day so far. Consequently, there's always a flip side. Unfortunately, That falls back on Alex Maruti. He is down 17 spots from his qualifying position. Different racers who are currently working their way through. We are down to 15 laps.
Just 15 to go.
Wrong, but possibly Nick Al's last pit stop, he may have only taken fuel.
By the timetable, it kind of looks like that. Maybe some right side tires.
Maybe. Simon Magin now on pit road. Oh, that's a fuel-only stop, folks.
Wow, bold move. Bold move. And we got the blinking continuing for the 41. That is going to be tough. That's tough to battle through.
Go on board on the on Simon Magin's car just so viewers can actually see what he's saying. Jeez, just disappears.
Yeah, that's tough. I wonder what race control is going to say about that. I mean, it's hard because he's, you know, advancing the next round, but, you know, it's blinking all over the place. It's hard to race to your fullest potential when you have that going on and the competitors around you. Oh, car in the grass a little bit.
Here's where it gets scary when it disappears that close to you. Like
Yeah,
that.
it's really hard. It's really hard to battle through. Especially when you try to make a pass. Good luck trying to make a pass. Well, we're coming down to just about 10 laps to go here in a few laps.
Kurt Wenzel continues to lead. He is now in the pits, though.
Here he is on pit road. Now he's out. Fuel only.
Michael Whitley Jr. on pit road, as well as Corey Bunch.
And a big battle right now between the 22 and the 13 right coming out of turn 10. Big battle. Oh, contact. Ty Bostic slid through. Ty Bostic missed turn 11. Had to back out of it.
That will cost him. All right, 12 laps to go as we're winding down here at the Roval. Jordan Wenzel continues to lead. Even after coming in and getting fuel, it didn't cost them a spot.
Did not.
Jordan Booth continues to hold on to second, battling the 46 of Simon Magid. Those guys, Booth came in at 30, lap 37, Magid 41. They should all be also. In fact, looking at the field, I think everybody has enough to make it to the end. And Ron Finney, maybe the only one who still needs to stop. An eye on the 30 of Alex Murphy. He is right there in fourth place. Michael Whitley Jr. is in fifth. Corey Bunch in sixth. Vernon Broadbeck finds himself in 10th. I'm sorry, 7th. Matt Persini is in 8th. And Nick Alves in 9th. But he's got Tony Japs on his tail.
And Ty Bostic.
And Ty Bostic.
Bostic's not going to go away without a fight. I know he's 58 seconds behind the leader, but still, he's going to battle to the end. But when you have a leader who's gapping the field by 19 seconds, that's crazy. Also, got a pass for second place. Jordan Booth drops now to third. Simon Magid takes over the second place spot.
Let's see if he can hold it. He did that before and then lost it. And then at the same time, Alex Murphy is right there too. Battle amongst these drivers. But as we said from the start, the man to beat here was Jordan Wenzel. This is his track. He's taken every road course. That's just his skill set, and it shows here.
It's definitely showing for sure.
Yeah, the Roval really is a relatively unique challenges with this blend of that road course aspect, bringing in the Charlotte Motor Speedway turns. It really is a unique track.
It is, and there's a 35-foot elevation change too in the track as well. Looking up right here, there's a big elevation change going through turn 2 and turn 3. 17 turns. You know, it has everything. It has not quite a hairpin. What in the new configuration it'll have a hairpin in turn 7, but it has sweeping corners. It has corners that you have to get right with rhythm. It has chicanes. It has a bus stop. It has banked corners. I mean, it has everything that you would. It really does. It has everything except the food court. You know, for drivers to stop by and get a. Oh, they probably have that in the infield. But it is a track where I think it's underappreciated. I really do. From a road course perspective, it has a lot of what like Daytona has. Yeah. I mean, Daytona is a Roval. The road course that they run in the 24 hours of Daytona, I mean, a big difference, but very similar track style. You have the chicane, the bus stop on the back straightaway. You have the after the tri-oval, you have that hard left-hand turn, and you have sweeping corners, and it's a very similar track. So I think the Charlotte ROVAL is underappreciated for sure.
I'll give you that. I agree. So for a great race here in the iNRS Racing Series. Some fabulous demonstrations by these drivers of getting around here. For the most part, just little ticky-tack errors when you're impacting a number of these guys. Most of them just kept it going in the right direction.
For sure, and that's all you can ask for. I mean, there's races where you simply get ahead from the competition. You see somebody blowing through the bus stop right there.
That was
Yep. You simply can get ahead in these road courses simply by, you might drive a little slower, but by not making any mistakes, because you're being very calculated and you're making sure you are hitting your marks. You're not pushing the issue. You can get a top 10 easy, even sometimes a top 5 if you don't make a mistake. So sometimes it's not all about being the fastest. If you're not going to contend for a win, you can very well finish in the top 5 or top 10 simply by keeping your car on track and not making any mistakes and getting any incident points off track. So,
looking back to the field, Nick Alves in the 13. Not really anything. Let's bring up that gap here. The gap tends to sometimes give us some ideas as to who's battling. So I imagine Jordan Booth are battling up here for P2. So Jordan Wenzel's got a 20-plus second gap between these two drivers. Michael Whitley has his hands full. Drivers continue on the lead lap here. Really, from Simon Badgett's position, you almost need to take the position that you're the leader, because you've got 22 seconds that are gapping between you and Wenzel. So you can just race like you're leading the race. Now these drivers are having to deal with some of the lap down cars and traffic.
and that's the one challenge, especially if you are up near the front, like you see the 46, trying to battle through. Oh, there's tight into the wall.
He doored Jordan. Jordan Booth got doored.
Well,
that's to be expected.
It is.
I think he also, I think Alex Murphy got kind of tangled up in that as well. Five laps to go.
5 laps to go,
Yep.
and the clinic is on. I mean, 23 seconds. Unbelievable.
Yep, he just knocked off Clark Franz, and I think Joe Musso now just 13 cars on the lead lap as Jordan Wenzel continues to close the gap on drivers.
I wonder what goes through your head when you have this big of a lead. You know, this is entering Max Verstappen territory. Like, what do you think about? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I want to make sure I hit my marks, but are you thinking about what you're gonna, where you're gonna eat tomorrow for breakfast? Like, are you trying to make weekend plans? Like, what? You got some time on your hands.
I'm thinking if you're asking what Rick Souza thinks about, I'm thinking don't screw up. Don't screw up. That's just a mantra that is playing over in my head. A broken record of is it encouragement? It's negative reinforcement.
Yeah, exactly. I sometimes find myself, literally walking myself through the track to know, take brake here. If I'm Jordan, brake, downshift, downshift, downshift. Hard right-hander, don't go over the blue. Hard left-hander, gas back up. Just walking through that in your head to make sure you're keeping yourself attentive to the race. Because sometimes when you're out to these big leads, you can find your mind wandering.
Yeah, you can get complacent.
Yeah, you can.
But with just 3 laps to go, of course, he's going to finish the race, and then we're going to wait another, 30, 40 minutes for everybody else to finish the race. And no, it's not that long. I'm just making that up. But he's got such a huge gap for 25 seconds. Laps to go as we watch Jordan Wenzel continue to make his way around this track.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah, solid. We'll take one of these final laps with Jordan. There's 2 laps to go.
And you can see how easy he is with the wheel. He's not snapping the wheel back. He's letting the car come to him, and he's really letting the car do the work. He's using the brakes to slow the car down, using the force of the weight of the car when the RPMs go down to turn. You're going to see him go through here. Probably going to downshift into second. Oh, no, he's going to keep it in third. Smooth with the wheel all the way through, going to try to get as close to the wall as he can, and then once he feels like the car's stable, power back off through 9 and 10. The braking point starts at 5, going to downshift all the way down to second gear. Going to go over these turtles nice and easy, get the car underneath them and gas back up, start to go through the gears again.
Final lap. We'll get that final lap wave. White flag in the air. Final lap here at the Bank of America ROVAL 200. Jordan Wenzel has put on a clinic all day here, and now he's just 1 lap away to finishing up and punching his ticket into the round of 8.
It's a clinic, and right now Michael Whitley looking strong in P5. So we won't know exactly where the points stand. We will know that Ty Bostic will unfortunately be knocked out, but Michael Whitley is doing everything he can. Same thing with Vernon Broadbeck there. It might be enough. You never know.
Murphy is right there on the hind end of the 41 trying to get by. course, this is one of those tracks where, you know, you don't want to press it too much, because if you screw up, you could be in big trouble.
Big trouble is correct. And as we see this battle start to unfold a little bit, the 81 is circling turn 13 and turn 14. Let's go back to the driver who has put on an absolute clinic tonight. Jordan Wenzel in the 81 is going to win the Bank of America ROVAL 200 by 25 seconds. Puts on an absolute clinic.
Fabulous win by Jordan Wenzel. Just watching Jordan finish up his cool down lap here. The rest of the field is still trying to get around.
Yeah, we're still waiting for these the field to go through. Such a big gap, but there's your race winner. Simon Madgen does finish in P2 with Jordan Booth in P3. But your winner locking himself into the next round, Jordan Wenzel, with a gap of 24.9 seconds.
Huge.
Over Simon Madgen. Nick Alves off track. Don't know what happened with Nick. Oh, we got a wreck at the start-finish line. Uh-oh. I hear radio chatter. That's not good, Rick. There's a lot of radio chatter.
Chat.
It was Nick Alves in the 42.
I don't think they're on track anymore. The only one who is on track is the 81 of Jordan Wenzel. And our 1, 2, and 3 drivers make their way for the podium picture.
There it is. And the burnouts, let them happen. Jordan Wenzel, your winner tonight. And here's your final results here for tonight's Bank of America ROVAL 200 presented by the iNASCAR Racing Series. Jordan Wenzel up top at the top of the board, winning the race with Simon Madgen in second. Jordan Booth in third. Stay tuned. We're going to interview all 3 of those drivers, so you don't want to miss a thing. Alex Murphy in fourth, with Michael Whitley Jr. finishing in fifth. Corey Bunch finishing sixth. Vernon Broadbeck finishing seventh. Matt Parasini finishing eighth. Nick Alves and Ty Bostic round out your top 10.
Jacob Musso finishes in 11th. Tony Japs in 12th. Tyler Lem in 13th. Clark Franz in 14th. Joe Musso in 15th. Vince Burns in 16th. Matthew Robinson finishes in 17th and 18th. You've got Austin Walton. 19th, Scott Thomas. Corey Anderson 20th. Eddie Musso Jr. in 21st. Ron Fitting in 22nd. Martin Pinnell in 23rd. Alex Forjay Perhubi in 24th. And Eric Jeffers in 25th. I think that may be the end of our contestants.
Martin Giroux and Garrett Walden.
And Garrett
26th and 27th. Yep.
Yep, that is the end of our field. All right, I believe we do have Jordan Booth in the booth.
Like Eric.
Jordan Booth, congratulations. You finished in P2.
P3.
P3. That's odd. Oh, you're right. Our scoring tower is not quite. There we go. P3. You know, it looked like just from the outset, from what we could see from the broadcast, that you were struggling with some connection issues. That does make it challenging as a driver.
Yeah, I mean, I know exactly what did it too, and apologies to my competitors whom it may have affected. But like I told them, I was like, as soon as they told me, I was like, if you get to the side of me, I'll just let you go. Which I did it with Wenzel, I did it with Simon. So I mean, they made it a pretty big deal. I saw other guys blinking too, and it was kind of funny. And I was like, oh, but you guys are only pointing out me, and it's a select few people only pointing out me. But I was like, all right.
Well,
But no, I got some.
you got to admit
Sorry, go ahead.
you're a pretty big target. You know, you've had a great successful season so far.
Yeah, I mean, no better place to be than being the one who's chased, except for at road courses, because it's Wenzel and then it's everybody else here apparently.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I got in front of him those couple times, and I was like, all right, I can play some defense, and I'd make a mistake, and then I tapped the wall, and it gave me like a minute and a half of damage with wheel damage. So I had that from about lap 15 onward, which made it kind of tough, but just a good day. And I mean, obviously, all the guys coming out with their paint schemes was really cool to see too.
Absolutely. Any shout outs tonight, Jordan?
Yeah, riding on board on the name rail was Brendan's mom, Mrs. Michelle Hayes. So just, always praying for her and thinking about her and hoping she's doing good, and as well as everybody else who suffers from breast cancer. I mean, cancer itself is a terrible, terrible disease and what it does to people. And to see how many people can come out here and kind of show their support for it. And I mean, I know it's fake race cars, but just seeing everybody participate was really, really cool. You guys for broadcasting it. And yeah, just the league. I mean, I think most of the night was clean. I think there's a couple ruffled feathers, but I think we're all kind of happy with each other for the most part, except for a couple guys. So that's always good. And then, for my fellow round of 8 competitors, it should be a good next round, and good luck to them, and may the best man win.
Absolutely. All right, there's your third place finisher, Mr. Jordan Booth. And with that, we'll bring Mr. Simon Magin to the broadcast booth.
Yeah.
Simon, congratulations. You really put on a great race today. Great job.
Thank you so much.
It's good to have you out there challenging. Of course, Jordan was in a league of his own out there, but as we were saying earlier in the broadcast, that it became like you became like the second leader at that point.
Oh, wow. For sure, I have a good battle with the 41 today and the 30. Yeah, the same pace, but a good race, like a nice race. It's fun.
Absolutely. So hopefully we'll see how the points shake out.
Probably I'm okay.
I think you are okay. We don't have the ability to figure out just who is in good shape, but basically where you're finishing in second, you're right there at the cut line. I think you're good. I'll just go ahead and throw that out there.
Probably I'm okay.
Yep. So now moving into the Elite 8. Got some tracks coming up.
Yeah, I'm not sure what is the next track, but
Las Vegas.
Las
Vegas. Okay, cool. It's okay.
Yep, mile and a half track, then off to Homestead, and then Martinsville.
Good. This is a nice track. I try hard for the next round. For sure.
Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, thank you for Grant West, Rumble Racing, every fans, and thank you for your broadcast, guys. Good job.
Got it. All right, there's your second place finisher, Mr. Simon Magin, and we'll look forward to seeing him next week in Las Vegas. And with that,
thank you, guys.
You got it. We'll bring in your winner of tonight's ROVAL 200 here, Mr. Jordan Wenzel, who put on an absolute clinic here.
Why, thank you very much. It was very stressful at the beginning, and then once Booth got around me the first time, and then when he got around me at the stage, it was very stressful.
Well, it's certainly we're bantering back and forth, trying to just talk a bit about what's going through Jordan's head as he's got this 25-second lead ahead. And so I don't know. I was thinking if it was me, I'd be like, don't screw up. Just keep it going. Stay off the wall.
That is 100% what was going through my head. I'm just like, don't wreck. Just stay off these curves. And then I started hitting the turtles more, and I'm just like, stop it. I don't need to be killing myself here.
Right, right. Well, I mean, this is one of those tracks where it's so easy to make a small mistake that costs you big time.
Yeah, well, you can see that with a lot of the guys who got eliminated from this round. They had a really good shot, but they ultimately just didn't have enough points, or they just barely, or had a wreck that happened that just took them out.
Easy to do here at this track. It's, you know, we're talking at the beginning that obviously you've probably read that for Sunday in the real race they've made a number of adjustments to this track. I'm sure, I hoping at some point that iRacing will scan that and bring that back into this.
Yeah, I've heard that through some forum posts that they have the scan done. They just have to implement it. I'm not a big fan of the layout changes, especially that hairpin turn. That it's just going to be a parking lot when somebody wrecks there. Even AJ Allmendinger, who's really good at road courses in real life, was saying that it's going to be bad for that corner.
I think if you go look at the other road courses that have a similar type turn, it's always a mess.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, but I'll drive whatever I get put in front of me.
Right. Any shout outs tonight?
Oh, I gotta give a shout out to the people who have been cheering me on from your guys' broadcast. V, Jose, David, Cameron, all my friends over there. Definitely gotta give them a shout out. All my friends over at Full Throttle Motorsports, Apex Motorsports, 40XLI, all these guys, and you guys for putting this on. Also, Michael Whitley for the amount of work he does for this league and also trying to race. He's in all 3 series. He does very well, and he puts on every one of these special paint scheme nights, just like tonight. And he painted, I think, probably half the field. And it's really cool thing that he does. As well, this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. If you are able to, try to support research, www.nationalbreastcancer.org. Yeah, just a bunch of good stuff.
Absolutely. Well, there you have it. That is your winner of tonight's race, Mr. Jordan Wenzel, punching his ticket and with a solid win here at the Bank of America ROVAL 200. Now we move on to the Elite 8, and we'll pick this up and do it all over again next week at Las Vegas, 1.5-mile track for the South Point 200. And then if you're interested in where we go from there, we're in Homestead and then Martinsville before we move on to Phoenix. All right, from John. John, any parting words tonight?
Just want to say congrats on the awesome win. I mean, absolute clinic, like Rick said. Make sure to tune in next week as we go to Las Vegas and roll the dice and see who might be locked in to the championship for our first little taste of who that might be next week here on the IWM Broadcast Network. Make sure to tune in, same time, same broadcast network, Wednesdays and Thursdays for the Tech Retreat Cup Series and the iNRS.
All right, that's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. And if whether this is live or you're watching on replay, please like and subscribe, and we'll keep you up to date on those events. So have a great night, and we'll see you next week.